What is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be playing the daily Wordle. Add another day to our 3-day streak. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So we're going to start off with chart, of course. Chart, we always start off with chart, so let's go with that. We should not have gone with chart, I can't lie. What did we go with yesterday again? What was it? It was... I've got, what did we go with yesterday? We also had the same, like, kind of start as yesterday, right? Chart just did not work. What did we go for? What was yesterday's word? Was it, let's go sling, right? That was yesterday's word, was it? Yeah, that was yesterday's word. So let's go with sling. Hopefully this should give us a better, it did not give us many more clues. We have an N. And that's, it's not in the right place as well. So, what do we do? I was going to go donut, but then we don't have a T. We haven't checked for the E yet. So, you know, there might be an E. Let's just have a think. How about money? Ooh. Money's not a bad shout for a guess. Let's go with money. I think money's a pretty safe guess. Let's go with that. Okay. So we have 4 yellows. Wow. All right. So it might start with an N then. This is interesting. What if it's like something ohm? But where would the N be? Where would the N be? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. So, what if it is... no, it can't be O-N-E as well. It's just weird, we have 4 yellows, that's really bizarre. So, maybe... like, 4 yellows? I'm so confused. Wait, so, what if it starts with an O then? O-N-E... it can't be omega, of course. Wait. Demon. Whoa. Oh, that might be it. Demon. That's not a bad shout, right? Yeah? Yeah! It's gotta be demon, right? Let's just check. We have no D yet. The E... it can't be in the 4th one, where it's in the 2nd one this time. The M can't be in the 1st one, it's in the 3rd one this time. O, it can't be in the 2nd one, it's in the 4th one this time, and then the N can be at the very end. So let's go with demon. Bang! Let's go. Okay, not bad. That was a pretty good Wordle, I can't lie. We have 24 played so far, apparently. 96% win rate. Current streak of 4, so we're on our way to a 7-day streak, which is pretty good. Yeah, demon. And of course, we're going to jump straight into today's Geo Hunter daily challenge, and we're going to kick it off with Australia. Okay. Now Australia's pretty good for most of these categories here, so let's take a look. Crime rate. Well, Australia's not really great for the crime rate, I guess. Arable land percentage. Okay, coastline length, Australia would be a great shout for that. CO2 emissions, pollution, KFC locations, least English percentage, and then iron production. Now with Australia is pretty good with most of these categories, so, it's not crime rate though. Arable land, probably not. There's probably better countries out there. Coastline length, Australia's a pretty good shout, I can't lie. Although there's better countries out there such as, well, Russia, Canada, and then those islandy countries such as Indonesia. CO2 emissions, Australia's not that high. Pollution percentage, same with CO2 emissions, it's not as bad. KFC locations, it's got to be up there, Australia. Least English percentage, one of the lowest ranked countries for that category, so definitely not least English percentage. Iron production, that's got to be up there as well. So it's between coastline length, KFC locations, and iron production. I'm tempted with an iron production here. I think iron production's a pretty good bet for Australia. I can definitely see coastline length, although I just think there's probably a better country later on for that. And then KFC locations. I think there's also a better country for that. Our target is 119. I don't know if we're going to reach that, but let's go with iron production. I think that's a pretty good call. It was number 1. Let's go. The Bahamas. Ooh. Wow, that's interesting. Is the crime rate bad in the Bahamas? Probably not, right? Arable land percentage, I don't think it's that high ranked. Coastline length, I don't think so as well. There's just probably better countries for that category. CO2 emissions, probably not as well. Pollution, ooh. Nah, I don't think so. KFC locations, nah. And then least English Bahamas is a very weird one. Probably not least English percentage. Yeah, I think it's probably pollution. Nah. I'm stuck on this one. The crime rate's not that bad in the Bahamas, right? Surely not. Let's go with... It's not polluted as well. The English there shouldn't be bad, right? English percentage. KFC locations, it's not a good shout. Like, the Bahamas is not a good shout for KFC locations. Pollution percentage, I just feel like it's probably up there for the Bahamas. Although I could also see it being, like, very low for the Bahamas. Crime rate as well, though. Like, the Bahamas for crime rate. Should we skip? I think we should skip. I'm really uncertain with the Bahamas. Let's skip. Let's skip. I don't know if that was a bad shout. Burkina Faso. Ew, no. It's not coastline length. I don't think... It might be pollution. It might be crime rate. And... Yeah, it's between crime rate and pollution percentage here. I don't think it's CO2 emissions. Don't think it's arable land or coastline length, so... Let's have a think. Pollution or crime rate? Burkina Faso. Probably... I'm tempted with crime rate over pollution. It's just that I don't think Burkina Faso is that polluted, right? Although it's pretty close to... It's in, like, Central Africa, right? And it is pretty polluted there. Yeah. But is the crime rate as high as its pollution? Let's go with pollution percentage. There's probably... Yeah, you know, there's probably, like, other countries which are more polluted, though. And the crime rate, I imagine, is probably quite high. Let's go with crime rate. It was 21. That's okay. It's okay. The Philippines, now that has got to be close coastline length, right? CO2 emissions, I could probably see that. Pollution, I don't think it's that polluted in the Philippines. KFC locations, you know, it might be up there. And then it's not least English percentage. The Philippines, they speak English there, so it's definitely not that. I'm tempted with a coastline length. Yeah. Just because of how many islands there are, right? Surely. Come on, let's go with coastline length. It was number 8. That's pretty good. Malaysia. Ooh, Malaysia. CO2 emissions question mark? I don't think... I actually feel like Malaysia has a lot of people who speak English. And keep in mind, this is at least English percentage, right? So it's in proportion to the entire country. I think we can rule out least English, even though it's probably, like, not many people speak English there. I just feel like it's high enough. Like, the number of people who speak English in Malaysia is probably high enough. Arable land percentage... I don't think so. I mean, it's very, like, forested, right? I I'm just thinking like CO2 emissions for some reason. Although I could see, yeah, CO2 emissions. Let's go with that. It was 21. Yeah, that's pretty high. Saudi Arabia. Okay, here we go. Least English percentage? Probably. That's probably the best pick out of the rest. I think the KFC locations is pretty low for Saudi Arabia. Pollution percentage, I don't think it's that polluted. You know what? CO2 emissions probably would have been great for Saudi Arabia. I can't lie. Arable land percentage, it's in a desert, right? The Saudi Arabia is pretty much a desert, so it's probably not arable land percentage. Let's go with least English. That's probably the best pick out of the remaining categories that we have. So, whoa, okay, that was definitely not the best pick for any of the categories. Whoa, that's okay. India, arable land. Oh, pollution. Oh, KFC locations. Whoa. Which one's the best category for India? Arable land percentages of probably... I mean, towards the north, we get to the Himalayas, and that's not really that arable. Yeah, I mean, I think pollution's probably the best pick for India, I would say. Pollution percentage. KFC locations... I can see that, but, like, I feel like pollution's just the best category to pick out of the three. So let's go with that. It was number 2. Yeah, okay. Ireland. Ooh, Ireland. I feel like it's probably KFC locations over arable land. Yes. Yes. It's not a great pick, but what's the last country gonna be then? Yeah, let's just go with KFC locations. I feel like that's probably higher than arable land percentage for Ireland, right? Yeah, let's go with KFC locations. It was 32nd. That's probably not the best pick. And then Bangladesh for arable land. That's not that bad, right? Let's see what we get. Number 1. Bang. Okay. Well. 186, that's not terrible. I mean, Saudi Arabia's kind of, you know, the least English percentage. We chose that for Saudi Arabia. It was not the best shout, but it's okay. 186, I think that's pretty good. I can't lie. Target of 119, we went 67 over that. I mean, not ideal, but, you know, that's still not a bad score. Come on, that's not a bad score. And we also got 38% accuracy, so that probably means Australia, Burkina Faso, and Malaysia. I'm just judging based off the green colours. I think those were the best picks, right? The most ideal picks. In fact, if we take a look at the perfect solution right here, well, we nailed Australia. Iron production number 1. Bahamas, it was best for coastline. Whoa, how did I miss that? Yeah, I mean, I skipped the Bahamas, and the best pick was coastline for that. That was a bit of a fumble, I can't lie. Burkina Faso for crime, yeah, I think we picked that. Not bad. We did nail that. Philippines for KFC locations. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know why we did not go for that. Malaysia for CO2 emissions. Saudi Arabia for pollution. Ooh, okay, that's fair enough. India for arable land, and then Bangladesh for least English. I mean, we didn't do too bad comparing to the perfect solution, right? Like, come on. I mean, yeah, okay, Bahamas for the coastline. I probably should have considered that. I don't know. What was I thinking? And then Philippines for KFC locations. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I can't lie. Saudi Arabia for pollution being number 19. That's actually crazy. I didn't think Saudi Arabia was that polluted. India for arable land. Yeah, that's very fair. I can see that. And then Bangladesh for least English. I can also see that. Yeah, but to be honest, not that bad, right? Like, what do we do? Yeah. Not terrible. 186. Like, come on. That's not that bad. Alright, let's finish it off with today's global. So, let's begin with Italy again. I think Italy is giving us good luck for the, you know, the past, few globals that we've played. So, let's start off with Italy. The closest border is 70 kilometers. Whoa, very close. So, I don't think it's Monaco. I don't think it's France borders Italy, so it's definitely not France. Monaco's I just feel like it's too close to Italy for 70 kilometers. Switzerland, no. Liechtenstein might be a cook, you know? Liechtenstein actually might be a cook. It's like sandwiched in between Switzerland and Austria, right? And Germany, I think. So it's not Austria, it's not Slovenia, probably not Croatia. It could be, is this 70 kilometers? That's probably, ooh, that might be 70 kilometers. It could be Greece, it could be Malta, and it's probably not Tunisia. So we gotta go for a guess. Like, we should go for a guess for the mystery country. I'm tempted with a Greece here. Is that 70 kilometers though? Let's just have a think. I'm using this reference for, like, you know, it was Algeria that one other day. This was around 200 kilometers. This is, I guess, around 70 kilometers, right, from Greece. You know, Greece is not a bad shout, but then Malta as well. That's like roughly 70 kilometers away from Italy. Probably not Croatia. Liechtenstein, I have no idea where it is on this, like, on this map, right? I'm gonna guess it's roughly here. That's probably around 70 kilometers as well. I'm tempted with a Greece, though, because if it's not Greece, then, I mean, Greece is closer to Malta than it is to Liechtenstein. So, if we go for Greece, it gives us an idea, like, it gives us triangulation, pretty much, right? And then we can figure out the mystery country based off of that. So, let's go with Greece. Yeah, let's go with Greece. Greece is cooler, and I think that means we're going to be pushed up to here. That is a very, like, light purple, right? So surely it pushes us up here. So let's go with Liechtenstein. Let's just have a quick think though. I don't think there's any other possible country. Germany could be there. Nah, Germany's not there, right? It could be Germany, you know. Let's just go with Liechtenstein. That was my initial instincts. Let's just go with that. It was Liechtenstein. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, not bad. We should have gone Liechtenstein first, man. It's okay. It's okay. We still ended up getting it in just 3 guesses. I'm pretty happy with that. I can't lie. And that pushes our average guesses figure down to 5, which is pretty good. But yeah, Liechtenstein, you can barely just see it on the map there. The zoom's actually, like, tweaking out a little bit, but there we go. There's Liechtenstein. And so this is roughly 70 kilometers away from, like, on the globe map. We're going to keep that in mind for next time. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy watching today's video. If you want to have a play with, you know, Wordle, Geo Hunter, or Globle, links will be down in the description for you to check it out. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.